Hello and welcome back to some more Persona 5 Royal, where last time I finally caved and actually went to Mementos, and it was not as bad as I was expecting, but also wasn't anything spectacular because all I did... Can I get like a map of the place? Oh, no, that just... Never mind, that was a mistake. I thought that would take me to a map where I could go to a higher area. No, that just takes me to the level immediately above me. Okay, let's go to Mementos overview then. So, it was basically just me driving through the entirety, like just driving through a bunch of areas over and over again until I eventually reached the bottom. So, nothing very mentally stimulating, but it's done. It's over until I reach the next palace, in which case we'll have another floor to get through. But the good news is I don't have to waste any screen time on it because there's nothing to show. It's just me driving around in circles until I find the exit path, and then that's it. So but you know, it's still, like I said, it's done. And most importantly, I have completed what I needed to on the path of Chemda in order to unlock the rest of Takemi's confident ranking, so we can keep getting closer to her, which is really the only reason we came down here in the first place. And on that note, let's go all the way up to the top and get the hell out of here, because I am done with Mementos. Goodbye. This is, yeah, the turn point. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Experience to leave Mementos. The amount of flowers you collected is 5% for someone to leave. I don't care. Go. Let's leave. Nice knowing you, Mementos. Yeah, whatever. There's our infrastructure log. It's done. Wow, that's a lot of things. People were asking me to go to Mementos for a long time, and Morgana was constantly pestering me about it. So hopefully now he'll stop pestering me about it because it's done, it's over, and I have no reason to go back until we actually reach until we complete the next palace, which will probably not be for a while because we haven't even gotten to the breakdown / funeral, whatever it's gonna, whether it be a confession or a funeral, whatever's in store for us, we're about to see in just 3 days' time. So, I had a dream where I was trapped doing endless work as part of an assembly line. I feel like I've gained some proficiency with this. Well, that sucks because my proficiency is already maxed out. Can't you have dreams about being kind or brave? Help me out here? No? Okay, cool. Thanks. Thanks for helping me out here. You're the best. Alright, what's up next? Well, right on cue. Ask and thou shalt receive. I'm just checking, but you're not having any side effects, are you? As long as you're healthy, bye. What an interesting coincidence that you've just magically decided to text me now, the day after I've finished your extremely tedious... Well, I guess your side quest wasn't tedious, but getting to your side quest was tedious. Be sure to drink it while it's still warm, alright? The temperature affects the flavor.
Hey.
Let's just enjoy the chief's coffee for now. We can leave the message for later. Yeah, for those who don't know, the whole reason we went to Mementos in the first place was just to be able to clear out Takemi's side quest so we could actually spend time with her in the future. And we're certainly not going to spend time with Yusuke over Takemi, so let's go ahead and do that right now. Let's go. You changed Target's heart, so do you want to go to the clinic? Yes. Yes, I do. We're not going to do a clinical trial. I didn't contact you because I wanted you to come over, but if you want medicine, guess there's no helping it. Okay, do as you please. Let's see what happens next. Because I've been stun locked here for a while. So what did you need to talk about? I thought I asked you not to come back here. Turns out I'm quite stubborn. Oh, doctor, and you too. Yes? I wanted to speak with you right away. The hospital that was on the news is the same one you used to work at, right? The hospital on the news? Oh dear, I'm afraid everyone was thinking the same thing. But I knew you weren't capable of doing those terrible things.
What is it?
What's going on? Oh my, you really don't know, do you? Chief of Staff Oyamada turned himself in. He was manipulating things behind the scenes. Turns out he was the one who made that terrible medical error and laid the blame on his subordinate.
Huh?
Is that true? It's been on news channels all over the country. I haven't seen it. I just knew something didn't quite add up about that story. No, you didn't. I never believed someone like you could have ever done something like that. Hooray, doctor! But what's a medical error? He'll tell you when you're older. It's something that shouldn't be allowed to happen, I guess. Is this all some elaborate joke? It better not be a joke for what all I went to get to this point. Oyamada is surrendering himself at such a convenient time. Why? I don't know if I call this convenient. It took me quite a while to get around to actually doing your side quest. Doesn't matter, it's too late. Doesn't change the fact that I couldn't save her. Yeah, he lied.
What?
There's no way.
Wait.
Did the news mention anything about that patient involved in the medical error incident? It must have been difficult for her, too. I heard she's been moved to another hospital. What's the matter, dear? Are you okay, doctor?
I see.
So she's alive. It's not over. Not yet. Points to anyone who understands that reference, although I imagine most of you probably will, if for no other reason than the voice alone. Yes, you're right, I have to finish what I started.
Do you have time?
You'll help me, right? I take back what I said. We'll resume development right away. I feel like my bond with Takemi is growing even deeper. Damn well better, because it was stun-locked for a while there. We're getting close. We're almost there. We're almost there. That's what stings the most, is that it was almost there. So close to the end. And it just screwed me over at the last minute. We'll now earn more XP from Arcana Burst when fusing Personas of the Death Arcana.
Sorry.
We're going to move quickly today, so you may experience some pain during the examination. Sorry. Just hang in there, okay? It's for you. Well, aren't you a smooth talker? Look, we've already crossed the dome's event horizon. We've already entered the point of no return. We may as well just keep going further down the road of pain. Alright, into the examination room you go. I feel like cooperating in that shade of clinical trial has increased my guts. Good thing, too, because we are in desperate need of increasing our guts.
Take care.
That's all for today. Take care. Alright, we did it. We done diddly did it, everybody. We finally moved past the stun lock in her confidant ranking. Any change in your condition after that last one? I pushed you way too hard today. Really, I'm sorry, but I won't waste the opportunity you're giving me. We're going to make up for our lost time. God, what was wrong with me? I can't believe I spent all that time moping. Feeling sorry for myself. I was fighting all that time. I had to fight for her, too. Anything else I can do? You really are a weird kid. You've done so much for me already. The rest is up to me. All we need are some finishing touches, and this drug will be ready. Anyways, let's get some good rest tonight, or today. Remember, you can call me anytime. Okay, good night. It's not night. You realize, it literally says daytime up there. It's not, okay. Whatever you say.
You're back.
Yes, I am back. Who's texting me? Oh, I honestly did not recognize who that was at first, and then I remembered, oh yeah, I accepted a job, didn't I? Well, may as well. It's Lala from Crossroads. Can you take a shift today? Sure. Why not? I'll get extra pay for it. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? I'll have to physically go. Oh yeah, I forgot that you have to physically go to the locations instead of, because usually when someone texts you, it's like, hey, you want to hang out? You can just say yes and they'll take you there. But this time, for jobs, you have to actually physically go to the places you need to, that they want you to go to. There's no insta-warp button. Sadly. But that's fine. Isn't here today. You literally just texted me saying that you need me to come into work, and now you're like, well, who are you here for? Not me, I assume. Are you here for the job? Yes, let's work. And I'm mainly here for the kindness boost, because money is not something we need much of right now, because we're already doing pretty well, but still. Guess I'll have to start immediately then. Almost time for the customers to arrive, so good luck. The customers seem to be enjoying themselves. Make sure you learn well from Lala's hospitality. But yeah, this place is pretty packed tonight. I'd say it's time to get to work. What customer should I talk to? I have to actually talk to people, don't I? Okay. Office worker. I guess, I don't know.
What is it?
Lala seems busy. Hey, you work here, right? What are you really okay with a customer being bored? Come on, do a trick for me or something. Lala usually entertains me, so now it's your turn. Hurry it up. She's really egging you on, huh? Best not to take it too seriously. I can do a card trick, I guess. That was some good work. You serve well by being evasive. Or so you survive well by being evasive. I guess dealing with her really honed your proficiency. Did it now. Okay. I guess my proficiency at doing card tricks or whatever. Not that I need it, because it's already maxed out. Minor like you should probably be getting home around now. Told you today. Forgive her. She's not a bad person, really. Seem to handle it well, though. I'm really impressed by how proficient you're getting. Here's your pay. Keep up the good work. Yay. I get more money that I don't need. You should be going home. You're still underage, and Shinjuku is dangerous at night. Where's my kindness boost? Is that my kindness boost? That is indeed my kindness boost. Alright. Getting sleepy, huh? That's alright. Alright, please be anybody other than Yusuke. Okay, I approve. I found an awesome magazine. I'll bring it to the hideout. You have tomorrow off for Health and Sports Day, right? Health and Sports Day. Oh, okay. That's a new one. It'll definitely get your adrenaline pumping. I really want to read it, but I'll wait till tomorrow. But if you're busy, then do that first and I'll wait. See ya. I guess Futaba's coming here to show us a magazine tomorrow. Sounds fun, but I'm going to bed. My favorite pastime, reading magazines. My favorite. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to like reading the Phineas and Ferb magazine. That was cool. That's it, though. Oh, and I guess I read one magazine. When Toy Story 3 came out, there was like a Toy Story 3 magazine with some behind-the-scenes stuff. It mainly just had a graphic novel retelling of the movie. But there was also some behind-the-scenes stuff, some trivia, fun activities in the thing. And then the other one I read, my parents, I don't know, I think it was, I don't know what magazine it was, but they basically just cut out all the pages in the magazine, except for 4. And because Woody and Buzz were on the cover of it, and it was, again, around the time of Toy Story 3. And they cut out literally every single page, except for the 4 in the middle of the magazine that talked about how they made Toy Story 3, kind of the process that the film went through from start to finish. So, that's my experience with magazines. That's about it. Futaba's down here in the shop. Sounds like Futaba's here. Come on, let's go downstairs. Let's go read some magazines. My favorite. I sure do love myself some good old magazines.
Yo.
We're gonna chill here today. I even brought some PC mags to kill time. Okay. I have enough for you, by the way. Some seriously ingenious stuff in these things. I don't need to improve my proficiency.
Hey.
But sure, I mean, I'll spend time with you to deepen the bond, but I don't need... You keep giving me all these things I just don't need. Holy crap, this mouse is so big. A two-handed mouse? That's nuts. And this keyboard is too curvy. How do you even type on this thing? Man, nice. This PC build competition is right up my alley. Have you ever built your own PC before? No, I haven't. It's never crossed my mind. There's people, PC elitists are like, God, like you say you bought a pre-built PC and they just like scoff. They shrivel up and die inside, but I just don't care. Like, the PC I have now, I've had since January of 2018, and it's worked flawlessly since then. Well, okay, I mean, I've had problems every now and again, but I'd have problems no matter whether I built it myself or if it was pre-built. They're all, let me put it this way, I've never had any hardware problems. I've had software problems, but that's just the nature of working with computers. That would not be affected by whether I built it myself or not. So I've had no hardware complications as a result of getting a pre-built PC. I just don't have the time or passion or desire to build my own PC. Why would I? I just don't need to. It's never crossed my mind. You don't know much about PCs? No, I really don't. I just don't need to. I'll teach you every motherboard is a universe filled with hopes and dreams. We should go to Akiba sometime together. If you want to go. I read with Futaba while discussing computers. Learning more about intricate PC components seems to have raised my proficiency. I mean, I know of what consists of a PC. Like, I know mechanically how it works, because I researched that when I was younger. And I know what components to look at when selecting a PC to purchase, but I could never build one myself. I just could never do that. I mean, I could probably learn, but I wouldn't want to, because I just don't, again, I don't care. I want to go home yet. You'll get closer to your friends if you spend more time with them, but it will also take up your evening. You have stuff to do after this? No, I don't.
Really?
You know, with my luck, I guarantee... With my luck, Akechi is probably would probably have been available tonight with my, given my, you know, it's fine, whatever. Glad I asked. Gotta love coffee. The smell alone is enough to kick the sleepies in the butt. I should let Sojiro know. I'm sure he won't be opposed to Futaba staying here further. Although it would have been nice if this option could have been available to me earlier in the game for other characters. Hey, Barista, the look suits you. Futaba's gaze is intense. She seems to have high expectations. Put some love into it. Such skills. When did you level up? I didn't. It's so strong, I'm shocked. So that's a bad thing then? That's what adults like to drink, right? So one day I'll think it's delicious too. That's not how that works at all. That is not how taste buds work. We drank coffee and enjoyed a leisurely conversation.
Bye now.
Well, look at the time. See you tomorrow. Alrighty then. Please let that option come up for other characters, because Futaba is great and all, but it'd be nice if that option could come up for other characters. Sorry for messaging you all this early in the morning, especially because, like, you came into the game so late at this point, I don't even know that we'll have the time to fully rank you up. Well, I mean, I say that, but given how much is left of this game, we probably will. It seems my father will be holding an urgent press conference.
Sukuma
I guess Sukuma...
had his change
Oh,
of heart.
that's a voice line.
It has to at least lift some of the burden on Haru's shoulders.
For real? Oh my God, for real? Congrats. When's that going to be? 8 p.m. tonight. I wonder if he'll talk about the mental shutdowns. Where should we watch it? Why don't we go together beforehand? Something on your mind? I don't really have a reason for meeting up, but it still might prove beneficial. Anyway, how does the Shujin Academy rooftop... How about we go literally anywhere other than there? I actually happen to have some business up there. Why do you have business on the roof of the Shujin Academy? Why? So, it's been since I was last... Gee! Okay. One, of all the characters to have a problem with going to the roof of the Shujin Academy, you'd think that An would be at the top of the damn list. 2, no, it has not been ages since you were last there, because the whole reason I'm in this mess right now is 'cause of you on the rooftop. 3, and most importantly, why are you dying to go back to the roof of the school? Man, something that really annoys me is this dissonance between your... Because the main narrative of the game and your personal relationships with the characters run on 2 separate tracks that that never intermix for any reason. So whatever you do with An has no bearing at all on the main plot. Also, the same goes with Makoto and any of the other characters. Which is really weird when stuff like this comes up. Which is just... Bleh. Wait, the school? Futaba, make sure you come into the front entrance. See you all there after school. Wait, where's Yusuke? If he's still...
He's definitely going to be late for school.
Well, no skin off my nose, so he can do as he pleases. Why don't we left till exams? We just got back. We just got back to school 1 month ago. How is it already time for exams? I do not get the school system. The Kumar foods has been a hot topic lately. This much media coverage must be worth at least 10 million yen. At first I even thought that all this outcry was just some kind of elaborate marketing campaign. I guess it's giving them too much of a bad image to be that, though. And advertising and public image are more important than anything else for a corporation. Are you familiar with the psychological test using these images? The idea is to give the 2 shapes names appropriate to their appearance. Magic... You know, you'd think at some point they might ask anyone other than me for the answer. People were asked to name one of these shapes Booba and the other Kiki. Which name is most commonly ascribed to shape B? I don't actually know the answer because I've never heard of this before. But I don't have to know the answer to know exactly what the answer is because, well, like, Kiki sounds sharper, which would Kiki sounds sharper, which would go in line with the spiky nature of the first one. I don't even need to know the answer to this one off the top of my head to be able to figure this one out.
This is it.
Yes.
That's correct. Most people named B Booba and A Kiki. Sharp sounds like K and T are linked to a spiky image. According to one theory, sounds and shapes are processed in the same area of the brain. Furthermore, this sense is the same worldwide no matter the language, the result is the same. Wow, really? And another thing that continues to make me go, why, is the fact that everyone is just constantly like, what? You got the answer to that question? You've only answered like 23,000 of them. And it's still doing me no good because my knowledge is already maxed out. A product's name and an image on people before they even use or buy it. Big Bang Burger exemplifies this. The voice consonants and short syllables leave a strong imprint. Yeah, although with the news these days, it may also evoke the image of the strong oppressing the weak. Even the teachers have their eyes on Okumura. He should be having a change of heart, so there should be nothing to worry about. Should be, but I'm not so sure that's going to be the case, given what... Well, I mean, because, like, it's weird, because you'd think...
Alright, that's it for today.
Because Akechi killed him in the metaverse. Like, we saw him pull the trigger and shoot him in the back, or shoot him in the head from behind, and he just kind of dithered away. But my understanding is that if that happens, then they just die in the real world as well, instantly as simultaneously. So you'd think that he would be dead by now if that would have real world consequences, but he's not. He's still alive, so I don't know what to make of it.
It's finally lunchtime. Man, I'm really in the mood for some bread today.
Hey, can I speak with you for a moment?
No, you may not. Next question.
So about Dr. Maruki's counseling. You've already gone to see him, right?
Yes, I've gone to see him way more times than anyone should have to, and now I'm done, because all I have to do is wait for him to text me to say he's available. So, I'm done. Goodbye. See you later.
I see. That's good then.
See, it's good for royal content, not good for me.
I'm sure you're aware, but Dr. Maruki's term here will be ending pretty soon.
Oh no.
The
How
higher ups
sad.
told me to make sure you've received adequate counseling.
Oh, I've received more than adequate counseling there.
Be sure to visit him so you don't bring any unwanted attention to yourself.
I've already...
Okay?
That's what I mean with, like, the distance between the confidence and the main story. It just has no impact on what happens here at all. Because I've already maxed out my time with him. So the fact that she's just like, hey, make sure you go spend time with him, why don't you? It's just, ugh.
But anyway, let's go get lunch. Bring on the bread.
Lovely.
Senpai, so nice to see you. I've been doing quite well. Are you also about to eat lunch, Senpai?
Well, it is lunchtime, so one would think.
If it's all right with you, would you mind eating together?
How nice to see you two together.
Oh, great. Congratulations. We've now received the complete polar opposite end of the spectrum. We have two diametrically opposed characters in this game, standing eye to eye.
Oh, would you like to join us?
Oh, no. That will not be necessary.
Are you sure?
No.
Well, maybe I will tag along.
No, you may not. Oh, bleh.
Is that your lunch, Yoshizawa-san? That doesn't really...
I have to eat this much to stay active. I always burn through everything I eat. From my point of view, it's your two lunches that are the issue here.
From my point of view, your lunches are evil.
If you're going to strengthen your body, you have to eat right. You should really work on your diets.
Touche. And you're right, yours does look nutritious. You know, you seem to be giving off a different vibe lately.
Yes, I was able to put my problems in the past and move on.
That is not what you told me you were going to do.
Ah, so that's what it is. You don't seem to be overexerting yourself either.
I'm sorry I'd worried you.
Oh, not at all. It's wonderful to hear how you've been. I must admit, I'm a bit surprised. If you don't mind my asking, was there some kind of reason for this breakthrough?
Well, it's all thanks to him and his acquaintances. I suppose you could say they gave me a reason to rethink things. Or, more like, a reason to stand up to my problems.
Okay, yeah, but then you told me immediately afterwards that you were still going to push yourself to be the best athlete you could be, which nullified that, so...
Isn't that right, Senpai?
Stand up to your problems, eh? You've grown to be very strong, Yoshizawa-san.
I'm totally over it now. Sorry for talking so much. Why don't we focus on our lunches? Thanks for the food! Oh, I forgot. I have PE next.
Did we need Maruki to tag along for this little adventure? Don't think he did.
I should get going.
Yoshizawa-san really does seem to have found her footing. She seemed absolutely tormented about her situation just the other day. I have to say, this drastic change has really knocked me for a loop. Perhaps the Phantom Thieves changed her heart? I was just joking. Looks like time's up. You should head back to class as well. See you around.
You want to meet up on the rooftop after school, yeah? Because that's just the best place to meet. Rooftop, what's this about? Oh yeah, you weren't there. Can you come to our school rooftop after your class? Well, no, wait a minute. You weren't there doesn't mean anything. He can still check the text log. It was in a group text, so him being there, what? I don't quite understand what's going on, but sure. Is Haru at school? Heading over now, things are a little hectic this morning. I'll be there before classes end for the day. Reminds me your flower bed is on the rooftop. Flower bed? The season is good, so I'm thinking of them sometime soon. Flowers are an excellent hobby and will gladly assist you. You know, this school is very lackluster, or laid back, I guess is the better term, sorry, about letting kids onto this roof after what happened. You'd think that at the very least they lock the door. Perhaps with a deadbolt. Maybe barricade it just to be safe.
So you're the one who grew these, Senpai?
You can just call me Haru. The seasons are changing soon, so I thought it'd be nice for the plants to change as well. This time, it's a Yusuke Kitagawa production.
My favorite.
All I did was add some, how do I put it, aesthetic simplicity by balancing the color placement. Furthermore, Haru chose the flowers herself. It will surely be a great bed no matter the arrangement.
I'm looking forward to it. Why don't we plant you, Mona? Weren't you a shut-in until just recently? You'd better photosynthesize while you're here.
Not just recent. Okay, it's been a few months since she's left the room, so maybe try a better comeback next time, Morgana.
Perhaps the Snapdragon should go 2 more millimeters to the left.
In fact, out of the two of you, she's probably spent more time outside. Because Morgana spends most of his life in my bag whenever we're outside, so... You know, think Futaba might have you beat there, Morgana.
That's not gonna
In terms of getting fresh air.
Hey, you know how we're thinking of the school festival as our celebration party? Anyone else think we should have a real celebration on top of that?
I must agree. It would be not only a celebration, but a welcoming as well. I'd like to do something among ourselves.
Let's do it then. A joint party to celebrate and to welcome Haru.
Oh, you don't have to do that. The school festival is more than enough. How is everyone else supposed to get excited if the star of the party's not into it? Well then, how about a night party?
What?
At Destinyland.
Okay, one, I already laughed at Destinyland when we first saw the name introduced, but I'm laughing at it again because it's still dumb. Two, well, I don't want to have a party, but, I mean, if we have a night party, I guess that could be cool. Really? That's all it took. Just change the time of day to night?
By Destinyland, do you mean that Kingdom of Dream? It would be a bit late, but there are some plans that allow us to rent out the park for the night.
Okay. Haru, I would love to see you try to rent out the entirety of Destinyland for all 7 of you.
The entire park?
Well, I'm not including Morgana. Morgana's a cat. They won't count the cat.
You're talking about the Destinyland, right?
Didn't you say you'd like to do something amongst ourselves?
I did.
Hold on, I'll go check.
There's no way you have the funds to shut down Destinyland.
She really thinks like a celebrity.
The heck's she gonna check?
Guys, it looks like it will work.
How?
We're really gonna have it at Destinyland? Not like one of the restaurants, but the entire park?
Could you imagine shutting down? Because you know what it's actually supposed to be referring to. Could you imagine shutting down Disneyland for a group of 7 teenagers and a cat?
Even just for one night, the price is insane.
You would think so.
Oh, that won't be a problem. We had originally booked it for a company party, then had to call it off because of the scandal. We'd barely get anything back if we cancel the reservation, so why not take advantage of it?
What? Wait, let me read that again. So you called it off, but didn't cancel the reservation? Oh, okay. I guess that works.
Wouldn't that be oddly conspicuous, though?
It's still officially under the company's name. We needn't worry.
In that case, let's do this.
But why would that? Wouldn't that make it worse? If it's listed under the company's name and Okumura has now confessed all his sins to the world, wouldn't that make them not want to Oh, okay.
We'll just celebrate twice as hard today.
I'm sorry for disrupting everyone. You did come to help me after all. Well, Let's get back to it.
So, seriously, how much does it cost?
$6 million.
For real?
Oh my god. It seems we will be having our celebration at Destinyland tonight. Apparently. News to me.
That was delicious.
They have mouse ears. I mean, it was never exactly subtle, but like, come on. Come on. Really? I mean, they have mouse ears. They have what is very clearly supposed to be the castle. They have the fireworks show for a group of 7 teenagers and a cat.
The food was arranged on my plate as though it were paint on a canvas.
Oh, by the way, the cat got its own chair. Because of course it did.
The staff brought out this table and food just for us, huh?
I thought if we were going to dine together, it would be better to do it somewhere with a view.
The VIP life is incredible! Not that I'd expect anything else from a private rental.
There really is no one else here.
Yeah, I don't buy that this would ever work, just so you know. I just don't buy this, I'm sorry. I don't. It's listed under Okumura's name as the company shouldn't get them in, considering how his name was just utterly destroyed recently. And there's no way they'd rent out the whole park to 7 teenagers and a cat. I don't buy this at all.
We are the rulers of the Kingdom of Dreams. Is this lighting just for our sake as well?
That's right.
It's beautiful.
It's not as beautiful as you.
She even has, like, the Mad Hatter thing. I didn't even... Oh my
That's
god.
the kind of stuff couples say, right? Almost anyone would fall for that line in front of a sight like this.
Lady On, this view is not as beautiful as...
Come on, you guys are getting way too excited about this stuff.
Says the guy with the mouse ears on his head.
You say that like you're not tapping into your inner child too, Ryuji.
This is just because Futaba kept nagging me to put him on.
I did not.
You said something like that. What was that?
My, this is so heartwarming.
Honestly, I would have liked to see the parade as well, but given how sudden the request was, they couldn't get enough staff together to do it.
Wait, how could it be sudden if you said you had the thing booked ahead of time? How is it... What?
Perhaps that will have to wait until next time.
Either way, this party's totally the best one so far. It's freaking amazing!
I'm glad to see you're enjoying it. Be careful, Haru. You've shown these guys what luxury means.
So, are we gonna get to ride Splish Mountain?
This'll really raise the bar for our next celebration party.
Possibly Big Lightning Mountain?
You're already talking about our next party? Don't you think that's somewhat premature?
Well, actually, I guess this would be Tokyo Disneyland. So, I don't know the layout of Tokyo Disneyland, but I assume... Do they have a Splash Mountain there? I don't know. I really don't know what they have, because I've never been there. I don't know what the layout is there. I imagine at least they have a space mount. So are we gonna go to the Mount of Outer Space?
Still, how do I put this?
Can we go on the Buzz Lightyear ride?
I met Mona-chan. I got to know you all. Isn't everything going a little too perfectly? It's actually a bit frightening. You worry too much.
Also, wait. Okay. So it was so sudden they couldn't set up the parade, but they could set up the fireworks display. Uh-huh.
I must just be overly cautious because of my circumstances up till recently.
And got the chef ready and a whole cooking staff to prepare the meals.
I'm sorry for bringing it up.
Hey, isn't it almost time? You know, for the press conference?
Oh, perfect timing!
Father.
Thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules to gather here. Today, I'd like to elaborate upon the whole truth behind my company's labor situation. How my employees were forced to work under severe conditions. How lax we were with sanitation. And how my corporation acted as a whole to cover up every facet of this scandal. For all of this, I wholeheartedly apologize.
So are you saying all of this was done under your orders?
Yes, I am solely responsible.
We heard that dozens of your employees were forced to resign due to mysterious illness. Furthermore, these happened to be officials who stood against your proposal for overseas expansion. The same thing also happened to executives at competing companies who were looking to expand abroad. Is all of this true?
Yes.
Was it all coincidence? We'd like some answers.
About that, I have a critical piece of information to announce here today.
Here it comes.
So I guess maybe there's a room to say, like, well, he didn't fully admit to everything yet, so they're not as willing to shut him down. Like, they wouldn't be willing to boot his company out of the park if he hasn't fully come out about it yet. But like, didn't they say they started the press conference because he was gonna confess? So I don't know. I still, I mean, so even if we believe that he hadn't confessed yet, so they wouldn't think anything was suspicious of the Okumura name, it's still just 7 teenagers and a cat. I still don't think they should have been able to shut this whole park down, especially if they simultaneously said it was called off, so it was sudden and they couldn't put the parade together. Also, the reservation wasn't canceled, so we're still able to get.
Okumura is going to say who's really behind the mental shutdowns.
I somehow doubt that. So, it's just something about the situation tells me that's not going to happen. Oh, did we need to watch that? Okay, really, what the hell? Oh great, cute puppy, yay. Put on Blue's Clues.
Huh? Father? Why did he collapse?
Okay, so now I'm actually genuinely confused. So, like, this isn't technically a surprise, right? Because we've always known that, like, that was made clear in Palace 1, is if you kill the person in the metaverse, it will affect them in the real world, and it will kill them as well, and, like, they'll die. So that's not a surprise. In fact, I kind of assumed he'd die when we saw Akechi shoot him in the metaverse. So that was never really up for concern, or up for question. But what makes me scratch my head here is, if Akechi shot him in the metaverse, why did it take so long for him to die? I know that sounds like a cruel thing to say, but I was under the impression that if you kill someone in the metaverse, it will just instantly affect them in the real world, which is, I presume, what happened with the principal. They did something to a metaverse, and then immediately he was just walking on the street and he died. So why did it take this long? Unless maybe that scene with Akechi was a flash forward to this day, October 11th. That might be what I don't know. I do not understand why it took this long for him to die. Because the reason why it took so long for them to confess, even though we already changed their heart, is because they were clearly still dealing with the... Like if you tell someone, I don't know, if you tell someone, hey, your puppy died, like, they'll process the information, or like they'll hear the information and they'll internalize it, but they may not react immediately because they'll take time to process it. Like, I know, for instance, when my dad told me that my grandfather passed away, it didn't register immediately. Like, I just sat there still and I just kind of stared at the floor because it didn't register. I didn't process it immediately because it was too unbelievable that it actually happened. So he told me that, and he gave me some time by myself to process and register what I heard. So that would make sense as to why, like, after we changed the heart, they take time to process it and kind of internalize what they did. and that's why it takes a long time for them to come out publicly with the information and confess. But if you get shot, you're dead. You just die. That's it. Game over. It's over. Your life has been concluded. You've overstayed your welcome. So why did it take this long for him to die? I don't.
That didn't look right at all.
Don't tell me. Mona-chan, what's going on?
I mean, that's assuming he is actually dead. I guess it's also totally possible that it could just be him passing out for some reason and he's not dead, but we saw his eyes roll back in his head. I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot and then say that he died.
No, that's impossible. I want to know that myself. We made sure we just took the treasure too. I should call home.
Yeah, look at that'll do.
This isn't our fault, is it? It's been okay all 4 times so far, ever since Kamoshida.
If we let the shadow live, the real person won't undergo mental shutdown, right?
That's how it should work.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
What's wrong?
This is the same. I remember now. It's just like what happened to my mom.
So this is the moment when mental shutdown occurs.
But why did they target Okumura-san?
Damn it! What the hell's going on here?
I have to go. I'll talk to the staff before I leave. Feel free to take your time.
Haru!
This ain't our fault, right?
I'd like to think so.
Some welcoming party, huh?
I'll get in contact with Haru later. But for today, I think we should all return home.
Oh, well, would you look who it is?
What are you watching? That's...
This is just a hypothesis, but perhaps Okumura was bitten by his lapdog.
Are you implying that the Phantom Thieves triggered a sudden mental shutdown on Okumura?
There might have been a falling out of sorts, so the Phantom Thieves abandoned a useless employer. And to cover their tracks, they dealt with Okumura.
I hate to bring this up, but I'm actually here about that.
How are you now?
Did you find any evidence?
No. Actually, there's a chance that the party behind these aren't the Phantom Thieves, but someone else.
Holds up mirror.
How do you
Points
mean?
at self.
You were suspecting the Phantom Thieves as well.
It is still hypothetical at this point, but I don't want to rule it out.
We're searching the Okumura residence tomorrow. Same with Shujin and its principal. We will find evidence on this, no matter what it takes.
No, you won't, because this happened in the metaverse.
By the way, I wanted to ask you something.
Yes?
You haven't looked at my laptop or taken files from it without my permission, have you?
That's quite out of the blue.
He's disappeared from the story for the past, 20 days, so... Don't think he would have ever had the chance. He's been gone.
Someone transferred data from it. It was only a small error pop-up, but I noticed it immediately after I had that argument with you last month.
And that's why you suspect me? Oh, please, give me a break.
Are you saying you didn't?
As a detective myself, I honor the value of information, as well as the effort invested in it. I take pride in what I do. I thought you, of all people, would understand such values, Sai-san.
I apologize.
Spoken with no emotions whatsoever.
Who stole my data? I let my guard down. They're mine. I'm the one who will catch them.
Well, we're not at 100% like I thought, but we're getting close. This music does not go well with what just happened. So about Hurry's dad, news said it was cardiac arrest. There's a chance he'll pull through, right? No. I hate to say this, but usually after such a report, the only thing that follows is a confirmation of death. No. Haru, why is this happening? Can someone die simply from having a mental shutdown? I don't know. I suppose it's possible that the shock could kill a person. Haru did mention how her father wasn't in the best of health, but for him to just up and die, this has got to be some kind of joke. Are we responsible for his death? No. But I thought it was supposed to be fine as long as we didn't kill their shadow. Ain't that what you said, Morgana?
It should have been okay. It should have been.
And there's no point getting mad at Mona for this. I heard the same thing too, you know? In any case, let's compose ourselves for now. We need to act normally in public. To keep horror in our minds.
Damn it, this doesn't make any sense. Why he suffered a mental shutdown is one thing, but what are we supposed to do from here on out?
I vote we throw Akechi into an incinerator and never look back. That's my vote. No, well, I don't know. She will probably be fine. Her dad, though? Yeah, her dad will not be fine. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed. I don't need to waste my time with anything tonight. I'm gonna just go, just sleep. Just try to get over. Oh no, not back to the Velvet Room. No, not again. Not again. Okay, you know what? Maybe Velvet Room Man will have answers for why it took this long for him to die. As opposed to dying on the spot.
On your feet, inmate. Our master has an important matter to discuss with you. Heed his words well.
First, I'd like to congratulate you for expelling the one proud of their greed. Or so I'd like to say, but something odd seems to have happened. I know this, of course. However, what of the general public? It seems a contingency has occurred. At this rate, your rehabilitation cannot be completed, though I doubt that will be the case. I truly look forward to seeing how you overcome this predicament.
Well, I guess at least we're almost max rank with him.
All right.
That's one thing.
We shall meet again.
Time's up, inmate. Hurry up and return to your world.
So do they just stand there watching me sleep when I'm not in the Velvet Room? It's just weird.
Is that true?
Alright then. So this doesn't really come as a surprise to me. I kind of figured that would happen once we saw Akechi shoot him. I just don't know why it took that long for him to die. And in this age, proletarian literature, that is literature written by the working class. Did you see that interview? I thought it was going to be some hidden camera show at first. I was so scared I changed the channel. Rita looked like he was in pain. That was sick. Will you quiet down? We're in class right now. Not to mention, you have midterms starting on Monday. You know, generally speaking, midterms happen in the middle of the term, which would be December. It's getting pretty bad. It seems police have shown up at our school. The police? What for? Your sister hasn't told you about any of this. Nothing at all. Could this be related to Okumura's death in some way? There's no connection between our school and Okumura Foods. Then they came to talk about Haru? She's absent today. Then seriously, what are they here for? I can't even begin to fathom the reason. And now, let's be particularly careful not to stand out. And head straight home once school ends. Understand that, everyone? Yeah, this is, I don't even...
We haven't found anything useful as evidence.
I see.
We're hoping to find something more than the calling card, too.
We've confirmed the victim's connection to the Phantom Thieves, at least. Thank you for your cooperation.
Speaking? Huh? They found a calling card in the principal's office, too.
Yes. I'm sorry to ask again, but your father hadn't said anything about the Phantom Thieves, correct?
That's right.
Please contact me if something catches your attention. It doesn't matter how trivial it seems. You don't have to force yourself, though. Just anything that comes to mind.
The principal? No one told me about that.
It's because no one actually put a... Well, none of us put a calling card there. Back to the Future. None of us put a calling card there. That was someone else trying to frame the Phantom Thieves. And by someone, I mean... Well, you know.
So basically, your group did Muro's life. And even the death of Shujin's principal, who we found a calling card for, was the work of another. You don't sound like you're lying. If you wanted to deceive me, you could have easily woven up a much simpler lie than this metaverse.
And it took you this long to realize that?
Moreover, your account coincides with my own investigation. Is that even possible if it were made up? And I hate to admit, but with my line of work, I know a false testimony when I hear one.
And yet you still didn't believe me until now, so I question your judgment.
Still, If you set your sights on Okumura based on my intel, it'd be before his name was even ranked. You could have ignored him and targeted some other famous person. Why would you go so far as to further investigate and pursue this criminal? Simple enough. There's still no proof that another suspect exists. That said, it's safe enough to say that you aren't the murdering type.
And yet you question us anyway. I don't want my bond with you to grow deeper. I'm sorry, I just don't. Can we just...
Alright.
The sooner we get out of this room, the better.
But with the subsequent deaths of Okumura and Shujin's principal, the public's opinion changed. Pressed to prove your innocence, your next objective was... What's the matter? Is it a side effect? What in the world did the police inject into you?
My vision is starting to get distorted.
Wait, can you hear me? You need to stay focused. Don't scare me like that. If what you're saying is true, you must tell your side of the story to the end.
Okay, that was a little weird.
We'll both be in trouble if your testimony becomes unreliable. Well then, let's move on. At last we arrive at your most recent crime. You know what I mean, don't you? This calling card was delivered to your latest target. The one you had decided would prove your innocence. It was addressed to Sae Nijima. Myself. Now, explain everything to me.
Huh. Well, that's certainly one way to get my attention for the next palace. Alright then. Addressed to Sae Nijima herself. How... Consider my interest piqued. Has anyone been able to contact Haru? I'm worried about her. No luck here. Me neither. She won't pick up. You know, you say all these things as if she's not in this group chat right now. Doesn't look like she's seen any of our chats either. Worried about her. I don't know how you know that. Unless there's individual red receipts for every single person in a group chat, which I somehow doubt. Okay. I think we're just getting the episode here. That seems like a good place to end it before we head into what I assume is the 6th chapter when we deal with Sae Nijima finally. Interesting. I mean, confusing, because I still don't know why it took him that long to die, but interesting nonetheless. So that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time to catch you all tomorrow, or sorry, later today, or whenever, who knows, for some more Persona 5 Royal. Goodbye.